Yes, it's recording. Hi. I decided I will make another video. If I'm around. Just sat with Gaya for a while. We had a small conversation about the idea of a Messiah to begin with. You know, it is not a person. It was never a person. And the people that are called messiahs, it's just a Hebrew word. The people that are called messiahs are just messengers, you know, sort of teachers of the Hebrews, like the Buddhas of the Hebrews, okay, like the shamans of the Hebrews. And that's it. So if there is anything real about the idea of the Messiah, it's the idea that there'll come a time of mass awakeness, that most people will become shifted, okay? This is like the idea of the Messiah. That enlightenment will be available to most people. So we are talking about like mass awakeness. This is the Messiah days when they say that when matter becomes spirit, it means raising the frequency, changing the intensity of the material into a higher vibration. This is like the whole idea of the shift itself, the Pardes, and the Messiah days, that everyone will go through it. And once it's happening to many people, it raises the frequency of everyone and the planet itself. And the idea of, you know that they speak about the end of the days. Why do they speak about the end of the days? You speak about the Messiah days, it's supposed to be the best days, don't you think? Like we should be living happily ever after if it's now the Messiah times. How come it's the end of times if it's the Messiah days? It doesn't make sense. Well, the issue with the Messiah, since it's just an idea, the days that everyone will wake up, everyone will experience enlightenment, or almost everyone, can then, the things that will happen is that once you have a critical mass of people that are shifted altogether, reality itself will change. Now, there is the story about the Messiah, that the Messiah will arrive on a white donkey. I thought it would be great if it will be like the donkey from Shrek. If the Messiah can have a donkey like Donkey, like, yeah. If you can find a talking donkey, but like Donkey from Shrek, like a cool donkey. If not, then no donkey. It's animal abuse. So, it's not really a donkey. And Kabbalic have other explanations that I find reasonable about the whole donkey issue. Is donkey short, you know? It's a donkey plus a shot of vodka maybe, and then you get a donkey short. It's very confused creature. So the word for donkey in Hebrew is chamor. Chamor, okay? This is the word for a donkey. So, in Hebrew, there's a lot of issue with the letters, that you change the letters place in the word and it gives you another way. Hebrew is built like that, okay? you change the location, you shift the location of the letters, and you get another word or whatever. It's common thing to give explanation like that to all kinds of things. So, chamor, if you change the location of two of the letters, you switch between them, you will get chomer. Chomer is matter, material. So, and it's also like the word clay that you make a vase with is chaymar. Okay, it's similar letters, just with different frequency of sound. So, chamor is actually chomer, and chomer is matter, and it's like the Messiah who will arrive on a white donkey, but it's not going to be like the donkey, the animal, and even not the speaking donkey in Shrek. It's actually the shift itself. He will come like riding the wave of consciousness that once you enter, it's the secret, it's the pardes. Once you enter it, matter becomes spirit. And this is what happened to Eliya the prophet, and there are stories about Yeshua, and there are many stories about many people, and it happened to many people that are unknown. Most of them are unknown, and the physical reality starts to disappear. Okay, it becomes, it changes its tensity. It is changing the tensity of the matter itself. It goes to a high frequency that it becomes spirit itself. It is matter, but it becomes spirit. And this is the time in the Pardes once all kinds of sort of supernatural things might happen to you, and it can be scary to some people. So, that's the explanation to the donkey. It's just something else. It's not going to come on a donkey, and it's not a person. It's energy. It's a frequency of the awakened, frequency of Pardes that will sort of hit everyone, and everyone will sort of go crazy together, and then it will not be considered crazy anymore. Now everyone that is shifted is sort of crazy, even if not, at least in the beginning. Once the person in the Pardes, he will look crazy to normal people, definitely. Later, you put your feet back on the ground, and you learn how to play the game, and you learn how to play the game. You are still weird deep inside, you're very weird. But now they cannot really see it, okay? You can, you learn how to behave normally, even though you are the last thing that you are is normal. You just learn. You learn how to deal with that. Not that you look really normal, like you cannot, in proportion to the how unnormal you are. Like, don't think you're gonna, they're actually gonna think you're normal. No, but you'll be unnormal in a reasonable way enough for the normal people to somehow communicate with you. But yes, you lose your normality. Normal people are crazy. So those that are awakened will look crazy to them, and there are many stories about it, especially in Judaism. Many stories about the crazy people. It's the truth. You might feel completely connected to everything, to the universe. You'll meet your creator. You'll go and you know what it means to actually be fully aware of the glow itself, the glamour itself. You meet God. It's beyond a God, way beyond, way. But you meet it. Well, even if you try to be modest and you are still aware of the fact that people will not understand and there might be jealous. People you meet, Hashem itself, you're gonna express it one way or the other, and people are gonna think you are crazy. Even if you were a channeler before, it will look weird because now you are all in it and no self and not an easy position to be in once you are in the ordinary society. If you are surrounded by people that are dealing with the awakeness of the conscious, if they are truly shifted, because there are others and they're not shifted and they are way worse than normal people. Anyway, you don't have too many solutions. You look weird. Maybe in a good way, but you will look weird. And just like people are envy with all kinds of little things, they are envy with money, with beauty, with intelligence, envy about everything. People are envy. So it happens anyway. People are envy with their surroundings, with their friends, with their family. It's normal. Jealousy is a normal thing in our society. So there is also an intuitive jealousy to the frequency. If you are completely carrying the glow, of course you are in a nirvana, you are happy, you are smiling and laughing all the time, but on top of that, you are holding the glamour itself. Even if they don't understand what it is, some people might be jealous with you. Those that are jealous about other things will be now crazy jealous because you hold the frequency, you hold the glow itself, you hold the light itself. And it shows. You look like you shine. In the nirvana, you look like you shine. Your skin starts shining. It looks like you shine. And people are envy. People are in their own misery and suffer, and they don't want other people to be outside of suffer. They want everyone to suffer because it makes you feel more comfortable if other people suffer too. If you suffer and other people are just, enjoying their lives, it might bother you. This is how normal people behave. it's the automatic reaction. People that are foreigners will sort of be magnetized to you, or even, I think you are something. People that don't know you will just think very good at you without knowing you, and they'll tell you things that, usually people don't tell. They'll tell you all kinds of things. You'll just walk into places, I don't know, into a store, and people will look at you, the people that works there, and you'll get those reactions. You just went inside the store and everything is full of light. I don't know who you are. And the other customers will tell you the same. There's something about you. You enter the shop, now it's full of light. And you'll experience it sometimes on a daily basis. Foreigners will just tell you that. Because you are hooked. And even though they are not channelers or whatever, or spiritualists, they feel it. And they respond. So there are all kinds of experiences that a person might go through in this frequency and in this connection, once the connection is strong, to the Creator itself. Yeah, it can cause jealousy. If you're already in relationships that are not too well, and you already have issues of competition there and whatever, now it's... And some will actually try to destroy you without knowing that this is what they're doing. Jealousy of frequency. You carry a higher frequency. They either want it for themselves, but since they cannot hold it because the Makava is unprepared, they cannot have it. So they try to push you to their frequency, to push you down in every possible way, and they can be creative, and it's all automatic, like they don't really think about it, it's just happening to them. It's sad. This is why you have to, in order to wake up in our times, and probably all the times, you have to be willing to let go of everything else and give up everything else. Like, you might lose everything you have. Now, it's not that you need to lose anything, that there are the spirits, they want you to be lonely and miserable, and no. It is happening on its own. It just happens because the awakeness is awakeness. You are awakened to everything, including to the frequency, to the psychology, to everything. Ordinary people are playing games, and now that you are shifted, they might be playing more games with you because you are now an image to them or whatever. And it's going to be destructive games. And you feel the energy way stronger and the frequencies. So you have to push to go away, and sometimes the universe will just push them away from you somehow. Because they don't allow you to fly, they want to suppress you into their frequency, and they are completely unaware of it, and some of them can be, can be psychologists officially, and they don't know that they're playing this game. So eventually you do lose your relationships and everything. Because it just happens. It is part of what happens to you once you wake up. It's not like something from the divine, like, okay, you need to, this is the payment you need to pay. Nah. It just happens. And it happens to most, probably all of them. You lose practically all of your relationships. They'll pull you down. They'll poison you. It's not just pull you down. It's toxic towards you. And you become so sensitive to energy, you'll become sick. Suicidal, I don't know. That it's not. You cannot be around those people anymore. You just cannot. You become very, very sick. Let's say you, I don't want to lose this his childhood friend. I'm not losing this friend for nothing. You've tried everything to speak to him. You gave him 100 chances. Keeps on being toxic to you. You cannot stay around. And, you don't need to hate this person. You just don't want anything to do with them anymore. You understand it's a lost case, and that's it. No energy to invest there. It's going nowhere. Just towards destruction. And it's a game. And you see, they become more sophisticated in the hidden games. But you can see it once you're shifted and have experience and observation and analyzing things. So this is why people lose everything. It just... But you lose the fake things. You don't lose real things. Or you lose destructive things. You lose things that you, to begin with, you shouldn't be there. In those relationships or those jobs or whatever it was that you've lost. Most likely, you shouldn't have to be there to begin with. It wasn't the place for you, it wasn't the people for you to begin with. And this shift only, it was like just a higher volume, that exposed the demons that were there to begin with. Nothing new happened because you were shifted. It was there all the time, now it was up on the surface. Before it was hidden. So yes, people feel very lonely after they're shifted. Not just that anyone doesn't, the fact that no one understands them, this is one thing. But psychological issues to deal with people's ugly games and poison, and so isolation can be a nice solution. Many do that. They choose it, at least for a while, until you learn what you need to learn. The ego now is not, you have ego back, of course, otherwise you wouldn't survive. But is flexible. And you cannot be next to people with huge ego because they'll try to control you in any way, and you don't have enough ego to fight. And if you can, it's gonna just hurt you. It's gonna pollute you. You're gonna feel sick. You can eventually, because you are more intelligent, you are awake, and you can fight everyone, okay? If you're not physically. Whoever it is, a psychology professor wants to play power games with you, you can beat him. Whoever, if it's not shifted, piece of cake. Because you are present, and he's not. He is just half present. Maybe if he's a professor, maybe he is present 30% of the time. You are present 100% of the time. If someone needs to roll someone around the finger, it will be like that. But as a person that is shifted and so aware and so sensitive to energy, the last thing you would want to do is to even get inside those dynamics. And if you have to protect yourself from something, I don't know, you'll do it if you are under severe attack, but you're not gonna even have those dynamics with people. You're not gonna get that to begin with. But you can. This just pollute you. It will just pollute you. You fight another ego in someone that is strong, it pollutes you. So those people need to stay away. Just stay away from your life completely. You cannot have them even in your thoughts. So not even one phone call a month, nothing. Just because otherwise they'll be in your thoughts. Or there'll be an open tube, and you need to close the door because it's toxic. It's destructive. And it can look really good from the outside. Usually it does. And again, if you're working in a place that the energy is crap, completely imbalanced, and the boss is someone that you don't want to be under his frequency, you cannot stay in your job. If you're going to be shifted, even if you have a very good job now, you're going to have a shift, a strong one, you're not going to stay there. So yes, you're going to lose this job, and maybe it's a very good salary and it took you years to get there, but you're not going to stay there. 99.9%, unless you are the business owner. If you are the owner, then you echo the main frequency. You are not under no one's frequency. It's you are the boss, no problem. You can stay. There'll be changes, but you can stay. But if you are not the boss or a partner in the company, you won't be able. It's not because you are vegan. No, it's energy issues. You're just incapable. Incapable. You'll become sick. Physically sick. Incapable. So, I'll end this video. Maybe I'll make another one, probably not, I don't know. I'll make myself more coffee and then I'll decide. So for the meantime, goodbye. It was Eliya, and I hope it was interesting. Bye-bye.